Hello, and welcome to a Believing Heart podcast, a podcast about video games and the like. I'm your host, Mario 8th. Find me across the internet at Mario 8th. So I've been wanting to make a video game podcast for a while, because one, I really like podcasts. It's probably my favorite medium of listening to things, or it's my favorite thing to do. I like listening to a podcast while I'm working or playing games, and I thought I want to have experience doing this myself, so here we are, starting a video game, and what better topic to write about video games than for another person to make another video game podcast, because there are not already 1,000 of them out there. Either way, I'm planning on this being a weekly podcast. I'm trying to aim to post weekly every Wednesday morning. And this podcast will be about two different things. One, I'm going to go over the news, and then I'm going to go over generally what I've been doing. The news will be mostly video game or just really anything I'm interested in. I'm not going to talk about everything that happened in the past week. There are other 3-hour-long podcasts or just general news sites you can use that for, but I'm just going to pick out some of the stuff that I'm the most interested in and talk about them a little bit more. And then when I talk about whatever I'm doing, just basically whatever games I've been playing, whatever movies I've been watching, whatever TV shows I've been watching, or if I built a fun Lego set or something like that. Either or, here is the news. So the first story I pulled is Mario Kart 8 DLC was released, and Coconut Mall's ShyGuy's drivers drive now. So I'm a real big fan of Mario Kart, especially Mario Kart 8. I think Mario Kart 8 is the best one. I played it on the Wii U a lot. I played it on the Switch even more, and when they announced that there's going to be so many more courses for just, I think, $25-$30, or if you subscribe to the expansion pass for Nintendo Switch Online, I was super excited, and I basically bought it day one. And the first course is released a couple months ago, but now here they are, finally released the other one. Let me check what day. Alright, it posted last Thursday on August the 4th. So naturally, I downloaded it that morning, and don't tell my boss, I played a couple rounds of it early in the morning. I'm trying to slow burn this one, so I've only been doing like 1 or 2 cups a day. So this morning, I only just finished Mirror Mode. I don't even think I got 3 stars on the second cup. But I'm having a real good time with it. I really like the courses. Waluigi's Pinball is back. Who is not excited that Waluigi's Pinball is back? Such an amazing course. I personally really love the courses where you can just twist and turn all over the place, and so Waluigi's Pinball has always been a classic. Plus, DS was my first Mario Kart game, so of course I hold it above the others. Also, along with the 4 new courses, one of them being actually new, they also updated the Coconut Mall level, which I thought was interesting. I remember a lot of people being upset that the cars in the Coconut Mall at the very end before the flagpole, they just sat there, and now they don't just sit there. The ShyGuys do a little spin, and they do it more often depending on what lap it is, and it's just pretty neat. I appreciate that. Thank you, Nintendo, for continuing to make a good game even better. Next, I wanted to talk about that Bridget, Guilty Gear, is a girl now. Good for her. Now, I'm not a fighting game fan, just in general. I think I've played a little bit of the JoJo's fighting game, and that's my full experience. Oh, wait, no, I don't know if I played it, but I at least watched a little bit of, like, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 or something like that. As far as actually playing them, I'm pretty sure I would suck at them, and I definitely don't want to put the time to get good into them. The party game, Super Smash Bros., I'm very bad at. But that's not really a fighting game, so I can't really include that one. That is a party game. But that's my closest experience to fighting games that I actually have any experience in, and I'm really bad at it. But I am really happy for trans representation. So when it came out that Bridget was back, and I first thought, oh, she's pretty cute. And then I learned, oh, he's pretty cute. And then the next day I learned, oh, she's pretty cute. When it was official that she was coming out through the process of the story mode or whatever she was in, and I'm just happy for that. That and new, I think their name is Testament, is a non-binary character. Also in Guilty Gear Strive, right? Guilty Gear Strive. And it's just cool that this type of representation is coming into more games. I really hope it upsets all the type of people who would get upset by a trans character being in a game. Either way, good for her. Also, Splatoon 3 had a direct announced a few days ago. This one is interesting to me because I really liked Splatoon 2. I only played a bit of 1, but as soon as 2 came out on Switch, bought it immediately, and I got most of the Splatfests. But I'm real excited for 3. One day it'll get here. I think pretty soon, actually. Let me, one sec. Alright, looking at the Polygon article, September 9th, we're finally getting Splatoon 3, and I'm probably gonna buy it again. That's like the last main game. That and God of War are the only 2 games I'm really planning on buying this year. And so I'm pumped for it. What they announced the other day was that there's going to be Direct the morning this releases, August 10th, and I completely missed it. I'll probably watch it in the morning. Obviously, I can't talk about it now because I'm recording this on Tuesday afternoon, the day before the Direct is, but I'm really hoping to get some good information on how Splatoon 3 changes up the formula just a little bit. Either way, I'm gonna buy it. I'm real excited for Splatoon 3. Oh yeah, there's also a new Sonic movie that got announced. Apparently December 20th, 2024, which sounds like a fake time. But, oh my, it's only 2 years away. Either way, Sonic Movie 3 is going to be released then. For now, it might get delayed. Who knows? Things have been getting delayed a lot recently. But you know what? That Sonic movie is a pretty good kids movie. And it was the last movie I saw in theaters for like a year until Fast 9 came out. But then that Sonic 2 movie, also a pretty good movie. A lot more Sonic references and a bit less good of a movie in general, but you know, it's not bad. And I'll be watching the third movie because, I guess, spoilers for Sonic 2, Shadow's in it, so that's something. Another thing that came up recently is the merger, the HBO merger that's been all up in kerfuffle with the Discovery Plus with Discovery Plus. Back when, after the Discovery Inc. and AT&T Warner Media merged together, first they started canceling a bunch of stuff. The almost done Batgirl movie is just gone. Poof. All that work just not there anymore because it's better for tax purposes because Discovery doesn't want to release it, and now they're also just pulling stuff off of HBOMax, and now they're going to merge HBOMax and the service I've never even heard of, Discovery Plus, and I'm just worried about it. HBOMax is pretty darn good, and I want it to keep being good. I want it to keep having good movies. Most of the time, if I want to watch something, it happens to be on HBO Max, and now with whatever the heck Discovery is doing, I'm just really worried that soon it's just going to be another, I don't know, Netflix. It's just going to be garbage, and maybe you'll get a good show out of it. Speaking of good show out of it, let's move on to the next segment, what I've been doing. Speaking of shows, and speaking of HBO, have you been watching the Rehearsal with Nathan Fielder? Oh my gosh, that show is ingenious. I watched Nathan For You for the first time. I'd seen clips every once in a while on the internet in the years prior, but for the first time I finally sat through and watched all of Nathan For You just last year. And when I saw that Nathan Fielder was putting out another show, I was like, okay, cool. What is it about? And you watch the first teaser trailer and it's like, I have no idea. And then you watch the first episode and it's like, oh my god, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. And it's so, he got HBO to spend so much money on this stupid premise, and I'm so happy about it. And and then the next episode, he raises the stakes again. And he's done it 4 times now. I don't know how long this season is going to be, but I laugh out loud every single episode. And not only is it funny, but it's also just, it has such an amazing, he's doing something really cool with the messaging with it. He's like really analyzing what it's like to be Nathan Fielder making this type of show. And if that doesn't make any sense, that's okay. Just go and watch, we'll watch Nathan for you, yeah, but go watch The Rehearsal. It is an amazing, amazing, amazing show. I can't get over it. Keeping on shows for a little bit, hey, I think Better Call Saul might be a pretty darn good show too. Now, I had put off watching Better Call Saul for, I guess, 6-7 years now. I don't remember how long it's been since they started releasing the show. All I remember is, hey, it was originally going to be a comedy show, and then they decided to make a drama about it. And 6 seasons later, I see people on my timeline constantly praising it as one of the best shows ever, a lot even saying it's better than Breaking Bad. And so I finally sat down, started watching it, and oh my gosh, this is a good show. Like, it's a nasty habit, but I keep comparing it to like all the Marvel shows that have been coming out. Now I'm quite behind on the Marvel stuff at this point, but it's a good focus point where just the levels of skill making in the writing, performances, and cinematography, it is no contest that Better Call Saul is better in literally every way. One thing, it's nothing, but it is also a lot because it shows the attention to detail that's put in throughout all of the show. And I'm a big Star Wars fan. There is a scene in the latest Star Wars show, Obi-Wan Kenobi, where I couldn't see what was happening because they did not light anything. Everything on screen was dark because it was taking place at night. And then counterpoint, there's multiple scenes in Better Call Saul where, yeah, it's nighttime. Technically, everything should be completely shrouded in darkness and you can't see anything, but they cast everything in a light blue light to signify that it's nighttime. And, as such, I'm actually able to see the television show I'm trying to watch. And it's just great. I hate this new trend of not lighting dark scenes. I also hate this trend of having bad writing in everything. There was a new trailer for the video game Forspoken that came out recently, and the dialogue they have this main character talking is just awful. It's the epitome of, well, that just happened, that is in so many bad movies nowadays, and Better Call Saul doesn't do any of that. It's just good writing, and I am sad most of the time, but it's really good. I like the way that this show is making me sad, and I'm 2 seasons into it. By this time next week, I might be more than 3 seasons into it, because I don't want to put it down. It's a great show. As far as video games, I haven't really been playing all that much. I keep thinking I want to start playing that new Horizon game, Horizon Zero Dawn. That's the first one. I haven't played the first one. I own both of them now because I saw it was on sale for $40, the second one, so I was like, yeah, I'm an idiot, and I bought a game I haven't even played the first one for. What if I don't like the first one? Well, I have the second one now. Whoops. I have them both. I want to start playing it, but also something keeps holding me back from wanting to play it because I'm in the middle of Better Call Saul. And I don't know what it is about me, but I want to focus on one thing. And I don't know why. I feel like if I try to start focusing on Horizon, I will be unable to properly focus on Better Call Saul. And this is an absurd statement, but it's the way my brain works. And so instead of just been goofing off, like deciding to make a podcast or continuing to edit more of Mario in Review that I've been doing. Speaking of, that's basically all the rest I've been doing. I'm trying to get a couple audios done for Mario in Review. And I had this weird moment the other day where I scheduled out all these videos and they're going to post all the way throughout March. And I looked down at what video I was making and I had a really fun clip that I wanted to share. And so I clipped out the clip and I said, hey, and you'll be able to hear this in a couple weeks in context. And I looked down and I saw the date that this video is coming out in, and it was November. That's not a couple weeks from now, that's a couple months from now. And I was just like, oh, I'm really far ahead with this, aren't I? Anyway, that's basically what I've got for this week. If you want more of me, I'm going to continue posting Mario in Review every other week on Saturdays at 5 p.m. If you want more podcasts, I'm going to try to post this every Wednesday sometime in the morning. You can find it on YouTube at Mario 8th. I haven't fully decided where I want to post this anywhere else just yet. I probably should go through and sync up some... I don't even know how to do it. I think you can do it on like Spotify or whatever. Maybe I could do it on my Bandcamp page. I'm really not sure how people do podcasts. I could create a website and pay for hosting. That's a thing in my skill set, but I don't really want to do that. And I don't want to think about it. So for now, this is just going to be a YouTube show, which is really antithetical to how I consume podcasts. For the most part, podcasts are an auditory-only medium for me, and I get annoyed when stuff happens in the visuals. But there's no visuals here, it's all auditory, it's just hosted on YouTube, but it should be able to be picked up by a podcatcher, but I'll get there, maybe, eventually. Anyway, for now, continue subscribing to Mario 8th if you'd like to. Leave a rating in this video if you'd like to. In the comments, let me know a comment if you'd like to, and follow me on my socials. I'm on Twitter at Mario 8th, I'm on Tumblr at Mario 8th, I'm on ggapp.io at Mario 8th. I'm also on co-host. I haven't posted anything on co-host, but I do have posting abilities, so I don't know if maybe I'll post there too. I probably should. But go there too. It's a new one of those that might be alive for a little bit longer still. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.